You mean in terms of our relationship? You were the movie star. You know, you were the movie star, and I think um, I was telling my children last night several stories, but no, I remember. I think it was Penitentiary. You would come to. We happened to be in Cleveland at the time, and visiting Nana, and you came to town, and you were promoting Penitentiary, and we went to. We must have gone to, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 nightclubs, you know, because you were promoting the movie, and everyone, there's Leon, and you know, the women were screaming, and it was, you know, I think I'm not sure how old I was, but I was I had a great time. I don't think I was able to. I think you, and since everyone knew you, I wasn't. I don't think I was allowed to get into the clubs. I must have been like 15 or something, but you know, you were with me. I mean, you just brought me into the club, but. No, I remember that experience, and I remember. I don't mean to embarrass you, but I was at when I was in college. I was walking across the campus, and people were running up to me, say, hey man, hey, you know, can you sign this for me?" I said, "What are you talking about?" They said, "Your cousins are in Playboy magazine," and it was, you know, I remember that. I mean, it was for like days. You know, that was a big thing. Um, but no, I think, you know, I think our relationship, because I think you're 13, you know, 13 years older. Again, we didn't see each other as much, but the times that we did spend together, it was always fantastic. And I think, you know, I came out to visit you a couple of times, and you always, you know, showed the town. We never went to the Playboy Mansion. That was my one regret, that you said you were going to get us to the Playboy Mansion. But no, I think, you know, having an older brother, you know, you were also, you know, you were terrific in terms of giving great advice. And again, it was, but I think of, yeah, I think of Leon the movie star, because, and I think, you know, um, the path that you set, then you were a trailblazer, and the continuation of the family. And I think that's one of the things that, you know, you talk about documenting things. It's, you know, I was talking to my kids about, you know, I should be interviewing you because of all the remarkable things you've done in the movie business, and that, you know, a lot of people don't know what you've done. And, you know, time fades, and, you know, memories pass. But it's, you know, that's another important, you know, contribution that you have made to the family and to the business. And so I think that's always remarkable. So again, it's a person, another person who is independent. Um, so I think, you know, I'm grateful for, you know, your entrepreneurial spirit and the things that you did, because those are other beacons.
Yeah, it's interesting because as I grew up, I could see the Kennedy traits in me, even though I was not raised per se around the Kennedys. One of my regrets was that I was always on the West Coast, and so many were out here. And as I used to say to you, you're one of my favorite people, but we never get to see each other that much.
Right.
But I always enjoyed you, you know, and I always tried to spend some quiet moments with you, and I always tried to impart something into you, you know, and tell you, you know, I think you're great, you're special, you know, just keep pushing, and so on and so forth. Um, so it's those nice little connecting moments that count, and I hope that as we all grow older, that we'll force ourselves to spend more time with each other, because as we get older, we see how valuable that time is. As a matter of fact, I had called your dad about 2 months ago, and I said, you know, I've got to start spending more time with you. You know, I'm going to come out at least once a year and spend 3 or 4 days, you know, where we can just sit around and hang out and so on and so forth. Because time is precious. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want you to look into the camera. I've had everybody do this at the end of a chapter. So look into the camera like you're talking to your dad, and just thank him for whatever comes through from your heart.
Well, my father was visiting last week down at our house, and at the dinner table, I told him that, you know, he is, again, as I said earlier, he's my hero, he's my role model. And even though we didn't get a chance, I didn't grow up with him, I wanted to be like him. And he is the greatest father any person could have. And, you know, he's remarkable. And I love him. I love my father more than life itself. Thank you, Dad. Could I add something about
Sure.
your dad?
Sure.
I don't know. We were at my house last week, and I don't know whether my father said or my mother said she hadn't heard this story, but Uncle James had told me that when your father died, he was on the subway, and there was I can't remember where he said he was coming from, but he was on the subway, and the evening edition of the Post had come out, and a person sitting across from him picked up the paper and was reading it. And on the back page of the paper, it said, in essence, young prize fighter Leon Kennedy has passed away. And that's, Uncle James said, that's how he learned about your father's passing. And he ended up taking the subway out to the morgue. And so I wanted to share that because I think when I had mentioned that before, I'm not sure that my father had heard that. Had you heard that story?
Yeah, I had heard it, but it's also good to hear it from someone else because when I do these edits, it's good to break up a story, so to have two or three people helping to tell the same story. But yes, Uncle James, did share that story with me, and it's interesting because I don't know how old I was. I must have been in my 20s when he shared that story, so that shows you it had been 20 years. But when he shared that story, tears still came into his eyes. Um, and other times when Grandma would talk to me, um, she would be emotional years later. So it was a big void there. Okay, so anything else, Joe? This is
I
not
guess to
really-
wrap it up and maybe get, the boys for 30 seconds or 40 seconds apiece,
Okay.
just saying
All right.
who they are and all that.
And then Uncle Joe, what I want to do at the very end, after,
Okay.
we're going to wrap it up. We're going. I'm just putting the two sons on. But then what I want to do is I want to take